Hi everyone, thank you for returning to our channel. Stoic Advisor, we're going to dive into an interesting subject. 5 things that women adore. However, only 2% of males do, so we'll also look into how Stoicism might offer a distinct. Reflecting on these observations, let's get began prior to diving into the list. It's crucial to remember that understanding is the foundation of healthy relationships. And relationship, therefore let's find out what women value and how a Stoic attitude to improve those relationships are the most important. Emotional closeness is among the loving relationships' most treasured features. Relationship, especially for women, it includes the close bond that was made through openness, trust, and vulnerability. This closeness facilitates communication. Partners to divulge their deepest ideas and emotions, establishing a secure place where both people can express themselves without worrying about criticism. Since for many women, emotional closeness is an indication of a true connection with their spouse, it transcends physical allure or surface-level interactions are involved. Being aware of and sympathetic to each other, people's feelings encounters when a woman feels she is emotionally attached to her lover, frequently feels more satisfied and stability in the partnership. However, a lot of men find it difficult to traverse this area frequently because social indoctrination that deters men are often taught to be vulnerable, to repress their feelings. Comparing weakness combined with vulnerability can cause a hesitancy to participate in deep discussions or express personal emotions. Women may therefore feel alone or misinterpreted when their spouses are unwillingness to explore remote conversations, that this discrepancy may lead to obstacles to closeness that lead to annoyance and discontent on both aspects. From an emotional Stoic point of view, one could see intimacy as a chance for development, and interpersonal Stoicism inspires people to accept their feelings while preserving a degree of reasoning, highlights the significance of self-awareness, and acknowledging that expressing emotions is not an indication of weakness, yet an essential component of being. By embracing this mentality, men can start to regard emotional closeness as an avenue for a more profound bond instead of a danger to their emotional intelligence in men. For there to be closeness, both partners must actively participate in men's affairs, which entails leaving their comfort zones behind and being open to communicating their emotions, ideas and vulnerabilities that may begin with tiny actions, like sharing everyday experiences or talking about ideas regarding important life moments. As men engage in open dialogue, they cause a stir, impact that motivates their spouses to share as well, eventually creating a deeper emotional. Another crucial component is bond listening, element of close emotional connection. Listening with compassion entails being fully present, confirming the other person's emotions and reaction. Carefully, it's about developing a conversation in which both partners feel heard and appreciated. By giving active men who listen can improve emotional intimacy by showing their partners that their emotions are important, as addition to trust is the foundation of emotional intimacy. Consistency is necessary for trust and dependability, which implies that men must demonstrate emotional support for their partners. This entails being truthful and adhering to fulfilling commitments and keeping an open queue of when women observe their partners who regularly participate in sharing emotions strengthens the idea that they are in a helpful and stable relationship. In a nutshell, emotional intimacy is an essential component of romantic partnerships that a lot of women intensely long for, even though it might be. Some guys find it difficult to accept this vulnerability and its meaning ific and can result in greater wealth. Satisfying relationships by taking a Stoic stance. Accepting feelings while preserving men with reason can cultivate emotional closeness, fostering a supportive setting in which both partners can. As this bond grows stronger, it opens the door to a deeper and more significant friendship based on empathy and trust and love. Number 2, dedication. Dedication is the foundation of every significant connection, and it's something that many women hold in high regard. When we discuss dedication, we're not merely speaking of exclusivity or the designation of being in a partnership. It includes devotion, commitment, and the readiness to put in time and effort into creating a shared future. For numerous women's dedication is a symptom of a partner's dependability as well as emotional steadiness about being aware that their significant other will be through the peaks and valleys. Prepared to encourage and support them. Unfortunately, a lot of males have trouble with accepting this concept of commitment in its entirety. They could worry about becoming less independent, concerned about committing to something long-term, or just don't feel ready for the obligations that accompany a devoted partnership. In a culture that frequently exalts casual dating and non-committal, throws the conventional perspective on commitment can occasionally feel out of date. But for many ladies, dedication is necessary, since it enables them to feel safe and appreciated. Cultivating a stronger emotional bond. When a man demonstrates sincere dedication, it conveys a strong statement that you are important to me. And for the long haul, I'm in this from a Stoic standpoint. Dedication can mean interpreted as coordinating one's behavior with their Stoicism in values, teaches us the significance of leading an honest life and intent. When a man enters into he's not only making a relationship pledge that he is standing up for his ideals and deciding to put money into someone he cares, and this attitude aids in the fight against the apprehension of dedication by considering it as a representation of one's personality and men's values, can change their viewpoint and accept the notion of, moreover, being committed partners. Stoicism highlights the notion of embracing the things we cannot control and concentrating on our answers in relation to commitment. This entails acknowledging that although we are unable to influence how the connection will evolve, we may take charge of our behavior, and intents of a faithful companion recognizes that relationships need effort, perseverance, and development. They are willing to work together to overcome obstacles, being aware that hardship can fortify their bond. Another essential component of dedication is communication. Many guys may believe they are pledged only by showing up or occupying the same place as their companion, but being committed means actively participating in the relationship through candid communication, voicing emotions and having conversations, future objectives. Stoicism motivates us to be truthful and transparent in our exchanges that can guarantee that the two partners are in agreement about their dedication to one another. In the end, accepting commitment can result into a more secure and satisfying connection for women, with the knowledge that their companion is willing and committed. To make investments in their mutual future generates a deep sense of contentment and safety. Commitment for guys can be a transforming encounter that enables them to establish more meaningful relationships and discover contentment in their partnerships. In brief, commitment is more than just the relationship lists checkbox, is a dynamic, continuous procedure that needs communication of effort and conformity to one's principles. By taking a Stoic approach, guys can accept dedication as the essential component of their character development, deeper and more significant relationships with their spouses. Third, listening with compassion. Listening with compassion is crucial, but frequently overlooked ability in partnerships, especially to cultivate emotional closeness, which entails more than hearing words alone, necessitates a sincere attempt to comprehend and understand the speaker's emotions and viewpoints for numerous women. Listening with compassion is a basic method to feel connected and validated by their partners, which makes it an essential element of a wholesome partnership. At compassionate listening is fundamentally being totally present. At this time involves setting aside diversions, such as concentrating when using phones or TV, based only on what your partner says. The goal is to establish a secure environment where they are able to communicate their ideas and feelings without worrying about being interrupted or judgment. When women are given a voice and noticed that it enhances their perception of relationship. Building intimacy and trust. With numerous men have trouble hearing with compassion because of the social conditioning that prioritizes addressing issues over feelings, interaction when a spouse shares a worry, or sensing the innate. The answer could be to provide solutions or suggestions as opposed to just listening. Although this might result from a wish to assistance, it can frequently make the listener seem contemptuous or uninterested in the sentiments of the speaker. Women could think that their feelings are being discredited, which may result in annoyance, and a feeling of alienation. From men who listen with compassion can implement a few crucial tactics. First, ought to approach discussions with an heart and mind, putting aside their personal prejudices and assumptions. This needs to be actively tuned into for example, the feelings that underlie the phrases. If a spouse shows frustration over work, it's crucial to recognize not only the circumstances, but also the emotions, feelings, tension and exhaustion that come with. Reflection is another essential component. Returning what you've heard can be accomplished by summarizing or paraphrasing your feelings of your partner to demonstrate that you are involved and cognizant of their viewpoint, saying, for instance, that it sounds like you're extremely overburdened by your workload, shows compassion and supports. Sharing this method further confirms their feelings and supports the reminder that their emotions are important. Additionally, body language has an important part in caring. Observing non-verbal clues, such keeping eye contact, nodding, and showing attention by bending slightly forward, and these gestures indicate attentiveness to your significant other, that you truly actively participating in the discussion and showing concern. Regarding what they're saying, quiet can be an effective instrument in caring, allowing silence to be experienced when listening. Once your companion has finished speaking, offer them the chance to go into further detail about their ideas or emotions. This pause can inspire more in-depth contemplation and a deeper conversation that incorporates. Questions can improve sympathetically, listening and inquiring open-ended inquiries such as, "How did that?" make you feel as though your lover is inviting you. To communicate more, cultivating a deeper awareness of their emotional condition. This strategy not only demonstrates that you are curious about their experience, yet additionally provides access to more profound emotional investigation that is ultimately caring. The goal of listening is to establish a supporting setting in which both partners can, by exercising, they can freely express themselves. This ability allows men to cultivate emotional intimacy and fortify their relationships. Women will experience greater recognized, appreciated, and linked leadership to a more satisfying collaboration in this. How listening with compassion turns into merely a means of communication, but a significant ways to foster love, empathy, and trust in the fourth relationship, sharing. Sharing of responsibility obligations is an essential component of any fruitful collaboration, especially in romantic partnerships. It extends beyond allocating domestic tasks. or handling money, it represents the notion of cooperation and reciprocal assistance. For many women, the division of duties is not merely a practical issue, it's the essential element of feeling appreciated and esteemed in the partnership. In the modern society, where both partners frequently balance personal and professional obligations, the anticipation of collective accountability has grown more significant when men take an active part in daily cooking, cleaning, or childcare caring. It lets their spouses know that they have an equal stake in the friendship. This feeling of collaboration encourages a stronger emotional bond, as both people believe they are helping to live a common life. But despite the obvious advantages, many men find it difficult to share cultural norms, responsibility skills, and conventional gender norms frequently position the burden of household chores mostly on women. This disparity may result in annoyance and bitterness, in particular when women believe their contributions are assumed to be normal. When one partner bears the bulk of obligations, it can result in an harmful dynamic that compromises the basis of the connection. From the standpoint of Stoicism, assigning tasks to others can be. Stoicism is seen as a moral obligation that teaches us to behave in a morally upright and to carry out our responsibilities inside relationships. Acknowledging that both partners' interests in each other's common existence fosters a feeling of responsibility and deference when males address shared obligations with this way of thinking, which they not only support a more harmonious partnership but also match their behavior to their principles of equity, as well as honesty in communication is necessary for delegating tasks. In order to succeed, partners should be transparent, talk about their expectations and preferences with regard to tasks. This can entail compiling a list of duties and allocating them based on personal capabilities and accessibility. For example, if one spouse likes cooking, but the other one would rather arranging money, it makes logical to assign jobs using this method. Not only increases productivity, but also guarantees that both partners feel empowered and esteemed in their flexibility and contributions is another important factor. Part of sharing obligations. Life is unexpected, and things can change rapidly. Being flexible and open to re-evaluating task division is essential for keeping things in balance when one partner is overwhelmed, whether as a result of work-related stress or individual difficulties. The other should be prepared to intervene and assist them. This type of collaboration strengthens the notion that each spouse is dedicated to the partnership and support one another in times of need. In addition to recognizing one another's work, is essential to fostering a harmonic equilibrium of obligations. Small actions of expressions of gratitude like thank you or acknowledging the effort put into household chores may greatly strengthen sentiments of collaboration and respect. When both partners experience a sense of worth for their efforts, it cultivates a favorable environment where cooperation flourishes. When sharing summaries, responsibilities are more than just splitting up the work. It's about developing a collaboration based on respect for one another, cooperation and assistance. By adopting this idea, males can show that they are dedicated to a balanced partnership through transparent flexibility in communication and appreciation. Couples can build a dynamic in which both partners experience empowered and appreciated. This, in addition to enhances their relationship, but further results in a more satisfying and peaceful coexistence. And ultimately, number 5. Loving gestures are important because they vital part in fostering emotional closeness and bonding in romance. For many women, these little partnerships, love and kindness, are essential. Comments of gratitude and concern and dedication, despite their apparent insignificance. Sometimes loving actions have a significant effect on general health and contentment. Of a loving gestures of partnership include a variety of activities, from verbal confirmations of visual exhibits of love, Simple expressions such as "I love," "You mean so much to me," or "I value you," can greatly improve. Such remarks reassure an emotional connection. Companions who appreciate and support their relationship, but verbal expressions by themselves are frequently insufficient. Physical contact, like holding hands, warmth is communicated through hugs and soft touches, and affection in ways that words can't always express, cannot understand. The significance of the secret to their loving gestures is their capacity to promote a feeling of safety and belonging. When women are given regular love from their partners, they frequently feel safer in the relationship. This feeling of safety promotes openness, enabling deeper emotional interactions to take place in reverse. Absence of loving gestures might result into sentiments of insecurity or neglect, possibly causing a rift between companions, but many men find it difficult to show love. Regularly, this difficulty might result from a number of sources, such as socio-cultural standards that forbid demonstrations of susceptibility, or the conviction that actions speak louder than words are crucial, thus combining them with both physical and verbal affirmations. Movements can produce a deeper emotional bond. Between a stoic kind and loving gestures can be seen as virtuous. Stoic deeds encourages people to share their sincere sentiments and to put the health of their family members by displaying loving actions. Guys can foster an attitude that appreciates, expressing emotions as a strength instead of a weakness. This change in viewpoint can result in more sincere exchanges and a stronger connection with them. Couples combining loving gestures in day-to-day interactions don't have to be intricate or lavishly basic. Acts such as leaving a heartfelt note, a favorite dish, or delivering a heartfelt during the day, texting can be really beneficial, demonstrating affection, and these actions serve as a reminder of gratitude. Partners who rely on one another's thoughts that promote a feeling of unity even in the middle of daily chaos. Additionally, consistency is crucial in life. Grand romanticism isn't the only thing gestures on important events. It's the tiny, routine displays of affection that establish a solid basis for a relationship. Monitoring on a regular basis, enjoying moments of laughter with one another, and expressing compassion through touch can establish a constructive environment where both partners experience appreciation and love, it's equally critical to acknowledge that various people express and get love in a variety of methods. To comprehend the affection of your partner language, whether it be the words of acts of service and affirmation gifts, physical contact or quality time, can increase the efficiency of your loving gestures that customize your displays of affection, that complement the preferences of your partner. Guarantee that your endeavors are significant and effective. In conclusion, loving gestures are essential to developing emotional closeness and building bonds with others by the incorporation of spoken affirmations, bodily manifestations of love, and incorporating deliberate acts into everyday life. Couples can strengthen their bond and dedication to each other's embrace. This technique fosters not just the connection, but also enhances the personal encounter with love that results in a wonderful collaboration based on